She's open,
incredibly compassionate,
dynamic,
calm under pressure.
She's present.
Optimistic.
Integrity.
Curious.
Super smart. Okay, that's one. I'm using that as one. Super smart. Glamorous and fun.
I very, very clearly remember the first time I met Elissa. It was her intent to weave the curriculum with the co-curriculum, with the academic and with the student affairs piece. And this is actually very uncommon in university settings. They typically are silos, but for students to be successful and for a community to be built, the two really have to intersect. And it was just so clear to me that this was something that she would make as a priority.
And I remember right away feeling like, this is it. She's the one. She was so cool. She was just so cool. She's a role model for so many and a powerful one.
To have a woman at the helm of a school with the reputation, the history of SAIC, even from afar at another institution, it meant a lot to me to see. I think that people have had some constrained ideas of what leadership looks like. And from the first time I met Elissa, I understood that for all of us, not just for women, but for all of us, there can be different ways of approaching leadership.
Elissa moving from provost to president is another example of how SAIC has been welcoming to lots of different voices in leadership roles. It seems like a natural, well-prepared ascension to the presidency from the provost. She was committed to doing the hard internal-facing work that a provost has to do, helping us with our policies and our procedures and our vision.
The initiatives that she made during her tenure, they made spaces for students to kind of gather together and not feel so siloed. And she made it feel like a community.
She has this phrase she's used many times called the gray middle, which is actually something she learned from a former colleague of hers, a choreographer. It's the idea that in leadership, if you have a thing, a new idea, an initiative, some people are going to love it right away and agree with you. Some people are going to be skeptical, but most people are open to it, but they need to know a little more. This is the gray middle. That's the body you sell your idea to. That's the body you point out how this could be better, and you work with them to make that idea sharper.
To bring and to unite and bring people together, because that's the most important thing I think we can be doing as citizen artists. I know that that's one of the things that Elissa really appreciates and really understands is what is it to be a citizen artist right now? And to be really thinking about how we can connect each other as a community.
The citizen artist was a perfect way of encapsulating what we do best at SAIC. Artists are active citizens who remake the world, who make people think differently about the world. And it also brilliantly draws in all of our international students who are also participating in this broader citizenship. It's not about being an American, it's about being a thoughtful, engaged artist who's committed to making the world a better place.
Elissa has been instrumental in making the community stronger. All along, she's first of all instilled this sense of belonging and the ethos of a citizen artist, which has now become the DNA and the culture of SAIC.
It all comes back to our students, supporting our students and what they can do out in our community after SAIC means that, you know, our concentric circles get that much bigger.
For me, as I was a student here, when I graduate, I didn't feel like, oh, his graduate is done. Elissa makes me feel important around her and around the SAIC people, always.
She's supportive. We put together 21 action items for the anti-racism committee, and she approved every single one of them. And that's something about Elissa too. It's like, she doesn't shy away from tough things. She'll jump in the fray.
I think the things that people don't realize about Elissa is how much she really cares about everybody. She is really concerned with the welfare of our students, of our staff, of our faculty. It's a challenge in a leadership role to try to make an institution like SAIC work.
I would want to say thank you because she's been an extraordinary leader for over a decade and has left the school in such a remarkable position. And it takes leadership to do that in this environment, and she's provided extraordinary leadership, and we all owe her her thanks for that.
Elissa, I wish you every success in this next phase of your journey. I, for one, am not saying goodbye, nor am I bidding you farewell. My very best to you. I thank you with a grateful heart.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for my great honor. But thank you for everything that you've done for so many students at the school for so long. That's going to be out there in the world for a long, long time to come.
I would say thank you to Elissa for caring about students and giving her time and energy to the students in that way.
Many presidents don't view us as individuals. I'd say she did an extraordinary job in creating the community that we call SAIC.
Thank you, Elissa, for all that you've done for SAIC, what you've done for women in leadership in higher education.
We weathered an enormous amount of difficult times and a lot of great times at SAIC, and I can't imagine a better boss to have done it with, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me try it again. I'm like, thank you. It's a PBS. Thank you, Elissa.
Elissa, thanks. I'm glad we got to spend these years together. Have a great retirement, well-deserved. Best to you, Peter, the family, the grandkids.
Thank you for you. Thank you for everything you did, and love you.
I'm missing you already. Love you, and big kisses, and thank you for everything. Thank you for everything you taught me, and you were amazing. And wow.
Who does that song, Thank You? Is it Alanis Morissette? Thank you, India, thank you. Do you remember that song? No. I'm gonna say big thank you, and it's not goodbye, as they say, right? But au revoir, or maybe we'll see you next time.